Good morning, students. Today I will tell you how the narrator Gordon Cook and Alan East, that you know, that is the narrator, his wife Mary, son Jonathan, daughter Suzanne, will get rid of the problems struggling in the furious sea. How they came out of it, that you will know. It is the lesson we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. It is the second video of this week in which I will tell you something more that you will come to know. And you have also learned about the togetherness, the feeling of togetherness that Suzanne had really expressed in a message to her father in a card given to him. Really, it was very inspiring and expression of love and hope that you will know. American Larry Wiesel and Swiss Herb Sigler was continuous at work, and how they fought against the odd weathers. Now the narrator checked and rechecked his calculations. They had lost their main compass. It was a tragedy. He was using a spare compass which had not been corrected for magnetic variations. He made an allowance for this and another estimate of the influence of the westerly currents which flew through this part of the Indian Ocean. It was really so deadly to happen. At about 2 p.m., the narrator went on deck and asked Larry to steer a course of 185 degrees. If they were lucky, he told him with such a conviction that he did not feel he could expect to see the island at about 5 p.m. Then, with a heavy heart, he went below. He climbed on his bunk and amazingly he dozed off. He slept. When he got up, it was 6 p.m. and it was growing dark. It was almost night. He knew they must have missed the island. And with the sail they had left, they could not hope to beat back into this very westerly wind. He thought that he missed. It was not possible to get the island now. At that moment, a tousled head appeared by his bunk berth. Jonathan asked whether he could have a hug. He wanted to embrace his father. Sue, his daughter, was right behind him. The narrator asked why he was getting a hug then. What is the matter of happiness that he wanted to know? His son replied, because he was the best daddy in the world. He was the best daddy in the world and the best captain. It was the best captain. Now they said he was the best father. He was the best captain who has really survived the odds of the nature and overcome the problem so courageously. That is very admirable. Why, you must be Not today. I am afraid, John said. John said that he was not afraid that day. In a matter of fact, boys, you found the island. What? Narrator shouted. It is out there in front of them, they chorused, as big as a battleship. He rushed on deck and gazed with relief at the stark outline of Isle Amsterdam. It was only a bleak piece of volcanic rock with little vegetation. There was not enough vegetation there. It was a very little vegetation. It was a piece of volcanic rock. The most beautiful island in the world. They said it was the most beautiful island. They all anchored offshore for the night. And the next morning, all 28 inhabitants of the island cheered as they helped them ashore. Means on this Isle Amsterdam, there were only 28 inhabitants who all came to cheer them. Here I would like to refer it to you once again. What are the parts of the wave walker? That is the main cell. It is called jib, that is you can see. Then fairlead, outhaul, boom, starboard, as well as you can see this side part. They are spreader, jib, you can see, jib stay, shroud, boom wang, bow, hull. These are the parts of the wave walker that I wanted to introduce it. Here are some more parts that is very clearly indicated. Here I start from jumper strut, spreader, jib stay, jib, mooring clit, upper shroud, lower shroud, down it is you can see, then center board trunk, traveler, rudder and tiller, back stay. These are main sail, mast, that is the longest pull you can say. Now you can understand it is the event of July 1976. They anchored offshore and they were cheered with land under his feet again. His thoughts were full of Larry and Harvey. They were cheerful and optimistic. They had suffered from the direst stress. Mary, who also stayed at the wheel for all those crucial hours. Most of all, he thought of a 7-year-old girl, Suzanne, who did not want them to worry about a head injury. Really, after that, she took 6 minor operations to remove a recurring blood clot between skin and skull. What a disastrous event. Means that head injury really made this 7-year-old girl suffer from such 6 minor operations to just remove the blood clotting between skin and skull. And the 6-year-old boy was not afraid to die. What an inspirational event it was. It was such an event that the children sometimes gives us courage to fight against the natural disasters. But it says that if we all are together, if the family is united, if the children become a source of inspiration for parents, really it makes the achievement so successfully that can be recorded forever. You can also know all about it. Now you can see what a peaceful sea it was, how beautiful sea it was, and they really got the journey off and they enjoyed. In the next video, I will tell you about some question answers that are related to this very chapter and you will understand it much better. Thank you, children. Thank you.